Hi, everyone. We have Coach here. If you have a question, please raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. First question comes from Rebecca Harlow, MSG Network.
Coach, we could see your frustration at points in time with your defense. What was your biggest concern tonight?
I know how tough of a team they are. They're a great offensive team. I think Jokic puts a lot of pressure on you, so you can't let your guard down for a second. And I felt we got in a hole early, and it's when you give a team like that type of confidence, it's very difficult to come back on them. So that was probably the biggest disappointment. And the games keep coming, so we have to get ready for Charlotte.
Next question comes from Amanda Hajar, Knicks Digital.
Coach, as you said, you have a game tomorrow in Charlotte. How do you approach the corrections you'd like to make with a little turnaround time?
Well, we talked about that in the beginning of the season, and because of the limited practice time and condensed schedule and all those things, you have to make the best use of whatever time you do have, and whether that is obviously on the practice court is where ideally you'd like to be and have a normal shoot around, but on a back-to-back, you do it in a ballroom, you do it in a film session, and you have to be great in all of those things. And whether it be practice, a ballroom, a film session, you have to be able to make your corrections that way. So the challenge right now is we're not playing well, and we have to work at fixing it. We got into it together. We have to get out of it together.
Next question comes from Mark Berman, New York Post.
Yeah, other than Julius, it seemed offensively the club wasn't going well. What more did you see tonight? I mean, Julius did have a terrific offensive night, but the rest of the guys really didn't step up.
Yeah, and like you win together, you lose together. So, we didn't play well overall, and we have to understand that if we defend well and we rebound well and we keep our turnovers down, we'll be in position to win regardless of how we're shooting the ball. And so some nights you're going to shoot it better than others, and you'd like to be in position to win each and every night. And so when you don't defend and you don't shoot well, there's virtually, no chance to win. So we have to count on our intensity, our defense, our rebounding, and our unselfishness. And when we do those things, we can beat anyone. And so we have to get back at it and be mentally, physically, and emotionally ready to play tomorrow night. It's that simple.
Next question comes from Steve Popper, Newsday.
Hey, Tom, besides the shooting, and I don't know if maybe that affects it, but were you happy with the effort today? It looked like a lot of second chance offensive rebounds for them and some sluggishness on your side.
Yeah, I just thought we didn't play as well as we could have. And I think those are the things that you have to do when things aren't going well for you offensively. I think the hustle part of it is critical. And oftentimes when you get going that way, things will turn for you. You see the spirit of the team change, the energy change, whether that's taking a charge, getting to a elusive ball, making a multiple effort play, making a great steal and getting us into the open floor, whatever it might be. A game can change quickly, and oftentimes it does. And just like where we are right now, things were going well for us initially, and now they're not. And so just like it changed from good to bad, it can change from bad to good, and we have to do everything we can to make that happen. So take a look at the film, try to learn from it, and get that urgency back into us.
Next question comes from Ian Begley, SNY.
Tom, it seems like RJ's had a few nights where he shot really well from the perimeter, but then he's had stretches where he hasn't had a lot of success. Are you guys seeing anything on tape with his shot when it goes well and then when it doesn't go well? What are you seeing from his shot just in general?
And again, like even when you're shooting well, if you're shooting well and you're making 50% of your shots, that's good, but you're missing 50 also. And so as long as they're the right shots and he shoots it well, that's all you're looking at. So before you see the result, you're looking at the mechanics. Did he release it properly? Is a good follow through? Is it his shot? Those are the things you look at. And then to also have the understanding that you can play well when you don't shoot well. Just do other things that can help the team win. The objective is to win. I mean, so don't get mired in any personal dilemma. If it's not going well, you got to make it go well. And I think we have to do that collectively. And sometimes there's going to be tough nights, but you can still win when you're not shooting well.
We have time for 2 more questions. The next question comes from Steph Bondi, Daily News.
Hey, Tom, when you talk about getting back the sense of urgency, is there anything you see why you lost it these last 2 games and, specifically tonight, why that wasn't there?
Yeah, it's a hard thing to see, but oftentimes it's very small. And I think your intensity comes from your concentration and giving maximum effort. So you have to prepare yourself to play hard. And if you do that, you can get to that level that it makes the team special. And that's what we're striving towards. So I think it's just get back to work, know that we can work through things. I think being mentally tough when you go through adversity is probably one of the most important things there is. And not just in basketball, in life, so sometimes things are going well, sometimes they're not. When they're not, you got to have the toughness and the ability to get through those things. And so we have to get back at it and be ready tomorrow night.
Last question comes from Mike Borkenoff, The Athletic.
Tom, have you seen any trends emerge over these last 2 games that you think kind of contributed to losses the last time out?
Well, I think you're going to be challenged every night. I think when you look at a Jokic, you're looking at a guy that plays away from the basket. And, he actually plays everywhere, but he's like a point guard. So your body position is critical. You can't relax for a second. Your ball pressure has to be great. Your weak side awareness has to be great. And so we're still building those habits. And so when you play against a team like that has experience, you have to play hard for 24 seconds on every possession, and you have to do it for the entire game. And then offensively, if we play a low energy game where we don't get the ball up the floor quickly and we don't cut hard and we don't set screens and we don't space it properly, and then we've had a lot of good driving opportunities in which the ball, we're forcing the defense to collapse, and then we got to spray it out. If we don't spray it out, then we're not going to get high percentage shots. And so that's, our rim reads have to be better. And all the way around. There's nothing we're doing well right now, but that doesn't mean we can't change it.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
Hi, everyone. We have Mitchell Robinson here. If you have a question, please raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. First question comes from Rebecca Harlow, MSG Network.
Mitch, defensively tonight, where did you see the biggest lapse for you guys?
They had a lot of cutters. I kind of feel like they had a lot of points in the paint. Also then they also did have some great kickouts and like sprayed for threes. So we got to work on that.
Next question comes from Ian Bagley, SNY.
Yeah, Mitch. Excuse me. Did you see like a effort being an issue at all tonight from the group on either end of the floor? It was just execution.
No, I ain't feeling nothing like that at all. I feel like we just couldn't really get ourselves going. We got a great look. We made some, missed some, and that's how the game goes. So we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back 10 times stronger.
Next question comes from Mark Berman, New York Post.
Hey, Mitchell, just facing Jokic, he had a pretty decent game. How do you feel you did against him?
I mean, I feel like I did great. You know what I mean? I mean, he made some tough shots. It wasn't like they was like a walk through a park or nothing like that. I mean, he just made tough shots. It happened. So I mean, I feel like I did great. I mean, I played to my strength. I ain't getting no fouls. So I mean, to be able to do that and what I'm saying, have a pretty solid game. I mean, I feel like I did good.
Next question comes from Steve Popper, Newsday.
Hey, Mitch, just wondering how hard he is to guard because of his range and his ability to pass. That you have to kind of play for both things.
It's really not that hard. You just gotta make sure your teammates just know what's going on. That's really it. It ain't really hard at all. You can guard anybody. Just it depends on how you play him. I was there on every move he did. He just made tough shots. I feel like so. It wasn't hard at all.
Last question comes from Steph Bondi, Daily News.
Hey Mitch, just about Jokic again. How different of a player is he than you're used to guarding, especially at the center position? How great is he?
I mean, he's talented. I mean, he's in the league for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he got his skills, but I mean, like I said earlier, it wasn't really hard guarding him, nothing like that. He's a great player, yeah, but I feel like I did great on defense.
Thank you, Mitch. Hi, everyone. We have Julius Randle here. If you have a question, please raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Our first question comes from Mike Workenoff, The Athletic.
Hey, Julius. Obviously, the last two games haven't gone well for you guys. Do you see any trends emerging just between those two in terms of things you have to work on going forward?
I just think we got to get our confidence and our swagger back. We know that every game we got to come in, we got to fight, we got to play with energy to give ourselves a chance to win. And we just got to get our team confidence and our swagger back, and we'll be fine.
Hey, Julius. Coach was talking today about they felt that maybe that effort wasn't there today on a night when you guys didn't have the shooting as a team.
Mm-hmm.
See that?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Coach was talking about maybe that effort and that hustle wasn't there when you guys weren't shooting well as a team, not you personally. But do you see that kind of shoulders sag and not hustling the way you guys need?
Yeah, I think, like I said, just our confidence and our energy, our spirit as a team, we got to get it back. Tomorrow's a great opportunity for us. This will all go away. We come back tomorrow and play hard and fight. But I think the biggest thing for tonight, I don't think they just really, Denver really felt us. Obviously, they're a great offensive team and team with championship aspirations, but I don't think they really felt, our aggression tonight at all.
Next question comes from Mark Berman, New York Post.
Hey, Julius, just how are you handling the major minutes? I mean, Thibodeau did take you out when the game got out of hand, but you're still 38 minutes tonight. How is that? How are you adjusting to the major minutes?
Just got to do the extra things, the little things to take care of my body and making sure I'm feeling fresh coming in from game to game. And today I felt great. My body feels pretty good right now, so I just got to keep making sure I'm staying on top of it and, doing everything I can to make sure I'm coming in to the games feeling good.
Thank you, Julius.
Thank you, guys.